Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mask and Cowl. That's Ben. I'm Justin. Welcome back to the next episode. It's the first one, I think, of 2026. I guess second one because I think that we did release a day, like on the first or whatever was the day that we released the other one. So
Mm,
second episode of 2026. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm, feeling good. Of course, in the midst of one, my football team is in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, mine too.
Big upcoming game. Go Jags. We're gonna go beat the Bills by 10 plus points, of course.
Good luck with that.
But super excited for that. Stressed, but yeah, overall we're good.
Okay, all right. Doing anything fun over the last week? Just been working.
Yeah, just been working. Trying to think if I did anything. I mean, Not not really anything crazy.
Yeah,
I've been seeing a bunch of the Stranger Things reels
yeah. The
and
community's
now
going crazy with that. I think we said we want to talk a little bit about the sought after secret ninth episode or whatever. So,
yeah, so we're just gonna dive right in.
yeah, we could go ahead and do that. It's kind of a loose form today.
So have you seen any of the theories about it?
I mean, I don't a little bit, but I feel like a lot of the theories are just stuff that people were also theorizing about for the rest of the season, and then they're just disappointed that it didn't happen. So they're like, "Oh, actually, it's gonna happen in this secret ninth episode that no one knows about."
Yes. So the theories are far-fetched. There are certain things, like it seems like whenever there's a certain color, Vecna changes it to gray in the illusions. Um, there's definitely a scene where the gray stuck out to me more than usual, and that was with Dustin's speech because he takes off the robes, and the Hellfire Club is in it's usually white, like it's always been white, always.
Mm.
But in that scene, it's gray.
I think it's a different shirt.
Probably a different shirt, but the thing is, nobody's ever worn. I don't think the Hellfire Club shirt
Well, I think
different
it
than white.
normally says Hellfire Club, but in the shirt it's like a new thing that says like Hellfire Lives. I think
Yeah, I don't know. And about how everybody, it looks like, like standing there with their,
standing
even the parents,
like
with their
Henry. Yeah,
hands folded.
yeah.
Now, this could just be the Duffer Brothers love doing this, where they kind of like put stuff in, and it's not. Sometimes it doesn't lead anywhere, but it's something to get the fans talking about theories. They've done this for as long as
Mm-hmm.
as long as the show's been going on. Especially, I don't think it was as bad the first three seasons. I really don't. When the fourth season came and Vecna showed up, that's when people were like, "Oh my gosh, there's more to this. Like, there's an actual antagonist, not just the mind flayer." And like they established more of a history. So this ninth episode that people are hoping for, which by the time this comes out might be completely, this conversation might be completely irrelevant,
I think it's already
because it might.
relevant, but that's fine.
I think here's the thing. After sitting with it, the finale is a very disappointing episode to me.
That's fine.
I think the stuff after, like we said before, stuff after the Vecna battle was pretty good.
Yeah, that's the
Like I'll
highlight
give
for me.
that
I
was
also,
pretty good.
I also, I guess just to give my 2 cents on it, I feel like if you didn't have all that stuff, if the last half or more of the last episode wasn't dedicated to all that stuff, then you maybe might have a little bit more of a case. I think the fact that like you do all that, you give us the emotional payoff for like almost every character or whatever. You wrap everyone's story up in a way that's satisfying for the most part, except for a handful. But you do that,
So
and then you're just like,
I
oh, by
think
the way, no, rug pull.
I think you're falling into, I don't know if we want to coin it something, but the Stranger Things trap. Because this is very
Probably.
much this is very much a character driven show. And it's always had cool narrative aspects to it. But I think to say like, oh, they gave a good, emotional conclusion wrap up to every character does not like excuse the horrible job done in the finale. You know what? Here's the thing. I don't even put it all in the finale. Was the final battle like way too short and kind of anticlimactic? Yes, yes, it was. Was there plot armor for all the characters and thus resulting in no stakes? Yes, there was no stakes during that fight. Um, but I think they put themselves in a hole in terms of all these unexplained areas, not because of the finale, but because of all the episodes before it, where, everybody was hoping season five would be a wrap up of all these open ended storylines of the previous seasons. And instead of doing that, they decided to start another story in season five, which I get. But you should be using that new story to kind of wrap up old ones. But instead, they started they started like, well, let's delve more into the lore of Henry, and let's get Mike's sister in there as kind of like a way to explore Henry's mind. So it's like, okay, but we want to know, as you said last time, how did Will's door get unlocked? Like we want to know. Uh, I can't think of the stuff, but like there's a lot of plot holes going on, and just I think certain things about. Again, I don't want to spend a ton of time on the season nine things. I don't think it'll happen. Here's the thing. I hope it does because I'm disappointed by the finale, and I'm very annoyed with how the Duffer Brothers are handling the press and questions asked of them. They seem like I don't know, but here's the thing: they could be doing the whole I'm not a werewolf or whatever thing. Andrew Garfield, there is no werewolf. That Andrew Garfield was doing in the press when they're like, "Are you in No Way Home?" And he's just like, "Guys, I'm not in it." Like the Duffer Brothers could just be playing dumb and stupid till it drops. And let me tell you, like, let's just say this: if there is that secret episode that drops tomorrow night, like, hats off, because that would pull me back in gladly. But also, if it doesn't, how big of a slap in the face is it that a lot of the fan base loved the finale, and I call those people TASMs. They got a touch of the TASM. All right, that means you're into the big moments, but you don't really care for the story, and I think that's bad. Um, but how big of a slap in the face of the Duffer Brothers is it when, like, we'll say half the fan base is so upset. Maybe it's not even half, but a lot of the fan base is so upset about the finale that they're gaslighting themselves into thinking, no, 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 there's another one, there's another one. Just everybody believe, I believe. There's another one. So I hope it happens. I don't think it will though. If it did happen, let me ask you a question. If it did happen, what would you want in it?
I don't know. Like, I've been seeing this like since the finale came out or whatever. I think I've been seeing mostly negative stuff. I don't know. I'm kind of just disappointed. I'm on the complete opposite side of this. I hate this take. Um,
You saw it in theaters though, and everyone that I've heard from that saw it in theaters loved it.
yeah, it was great in theaters. I need to go. I've been wanting to go back and rewatch it. I just haven't had the time yet. I was working like all weekend or whatever. So I do need to go back and rewatch it. And I'm sure it's gonna drop, but it's like I I can't think of a single series that had a like that was like high profile that had a good finale that people were happy about. Like Game of Thrones, and I love Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones I like better than Stranger Things. As a like overall, but I mean, yeah, the last like few seasons were really bad. The last season specifically was really bad. Um, there are like I kind of like what you're talking about. There are moments that are enjoyable in there. So I can enjoy those moments, but the actual story is bad. This is nowhere near Game of Thrones. Okay, like Smallville I've mentioned is like one of, if not my favorite TV shows of all time. That finale is pretty atrocious. It's garbage, but it's like it's that bad because of like the constraints of like, oh, it's a TV show, we don't have budget, you know, like Dark Side shows up and it's like, oh, but he's like a dark cloud in the shape of Dark Side. We can't afford anyone to, we can't, I don't know what the, it's, there's a lot of like cut corners and stuff like that. Or we can't show him in the shoot and show him in the suit. That's been like the whole thing in the whole show, you know. So like even when he wears the suit, it's like in the distance. You can't really see. It's like a lot of really disappointing stuff. Like that's an annoying, frustrating finale. This like if you gave this show, I swear, there's just something about uh viewers and watchers and like people who watch shows and stuff like that, they're just freaking spoiled, and it drives me nuts because like if you gave this show 20 years ago, like, and just you know downgrade the CGI, right? Because we're not talking about the CGI. CGI in this show for the most part is solid all the way through or whatever, and it's
Yeah,
up to par.
I don't care about the
Yeah, I don't
CGI.
care about that. But if you gave this show with this storytelling, this exact writing and everything like 20 years ago, before people like just had such a stick up their butt, um, they would think it's the greatest thing ever. Okay, like
I
th-
don't think so.
this like it's but it like I understand. I This show is far from perfect, especially this final
This
season.
show, this show reminds you. I mean, it's literally a ripoff of a bunch of like 70s, 80s movies. It's
But
supposed to be a time back to that, and I get that, but it's in a long format. So when you're saying like take it back 20 years, it would be Harold does a great show. I don't know if it like I think it'd be similar to what it is today, but you know what? I think it would be liked less because back then because they didn't have the effects and all that, they were not cheapened out by moments back then. They depended more on
they didn't
quality.
have moments back then. To be fair,
They
we
did because
talked
they
about
didn't
this
have
with the
the
Spider-Man
effects.
movies, with how like I love the Toby movies, but there's no like emotion. There's no emotional beat in the Toby movies. There's nothing like even like the worst Spider-Man movie, TASM with the cranes at the end. That's that scene has more heart than anything in any of the Toby movies, and the Toby movies are way better. But that scene,
I
like
think
the
that
Toby movies, don't have
I
that.
think Toby rescuing the girl from the burning building is actually really cool and really heartfelt.
Yeah, it's good, but it's not. It's not even to the level of the cranes emotionally, in my opinion.
Well, I think
Um,
that one's also because it's like, yeah, New York,
Yeah,
and kind
but
of, I mean,
well,
it's kind of like
you kind of get
same
that
with
in
like Dark
Spider-Man
Toby.
one
Yeah,
where they
and
save him.
two,
Like that's like a smaller
Joey Diaz.
version of this. Like it doesn't hit you the same way. But in reality, the cranes thing is actually really stupid because it's like you got all these crane guys just all like I don't
And they're
know.
like, we're gonna line up for you,
Yeah,
Spider Man.
yeah.
Um,
I don't know. But like
I just think
I hate
I've,
I
I've
get what
been
you're saying, and don't get me
I've been
wrong.
seeing clips. I've been seeing clips of the past few seasons. I have not done a rewatch this past season, so maybe I need to. But I've been seeing clips, and
I
dude, season four, it hurts me how they kind of botched Vecna after season four. Because how many
Yeah,
times did we hear the
this season.
clock noise?
Yeah, no. Well, that's a completely different thing.
No, but the thing is, you have to. Here's the thing: everybody kept saying, "This is our end game. This is our end game. This is our end game." You
Basically,
even
yeah.
said, there was end game moments. It was like the end game from Stranger Things. That's
Like,
fine, but if you build
yeah,
up a character, build him up. The dude sucked all season. By the time it came time for the fight, I was just like, I mean, to be honest, he hasn't like shown me. The only time Vecna looked like, oh my gosh, it's Vecna, is when he walked out of the portal in
in
episode
episode
four
four, yeah,
and just destroyed everybody. He did nothing after that.
yeah.
Nothing. He got worked by everybody.
Okay, I'm not defending the whole season as on par with the rest of it.
But you're defending the finale,
I've
and
said
that's half of the finale.
the the finale is fine. It could be better.
It's
Don't get me
not.
wrong. If you put the finale, if you just cut out all the biggest problem with season 5 is honestly it's all the Holly stuff, all the Mr. What's It stuff or whatever. They decided to do
I
it a whole other thing.
completely disagree.
They give they do need to give Victor's not Victor. They need to give Henry's backstory and stuff like that. But they need to like incorporate the rest of the party. They shouldn't have done like all the stuff that happened in the past 2 years to Max, where Max is finding out all this stuff about him. That should have been us finding out about the Henry stuff. It should have been a pre-established character already. If you
Maybe
put the fight is like it's not a 10 out of 10 perfect. It's far from it, but it's at least a 6 or 7. Like the big final fight, it's serviceable. If you put that fight, if you get rid of all the rest of season 5, if you put the finale after season 4, it's great. It matches up with the rest of everything in season 4.
how many characters that we cared about did Vecna kill this season?
Who cares?
Because it establishes him as a threat to the good guys. Guess what? He killed Chrissy last season.
Yeah, so
And
we
he was
already
about
have.
to kill-
Did you just
he was
watch
about
this
to kill
season, or
Max.
did you only watch that
He was
season?
about to kill Max.
Why
And
did he kill
Eddie,
Chrissy?
Eddie
Why did he kill
died.
Chrissy?
There was real stakes.
Why? Yeah, why did he do it?
Why
We
did he
we
kill
knew Chrissy for half an episode, by the way.
But it was still just a random girl that like there was nothing that to our minds we were like, what?
Oh, so you're saying
Like,
Chrissy didn't have stakes because we didn't know her? Because I thought you were
No, I'm
saying that we
saying-
had stakes because like he's killing people last season.
No, because here's the thing. It actually gave us a view of how menacing this guy is. What was the most menacing thing he did in season 5? Because just remember, at the end of season 4, he was like shot out of the house, right, by Nancy and them, and like that's the last we saw him. So we're supposed to be like, okay, he's wounded, you know. In any sort of storytelling, if you think the bad guy's down, and a way to like overcome that is, you know, he comes back stronger. He did not come back stronger. He was weak as crap in this
He
season.
did come back stronger.
Tell me most menacing thing he did.
Like stronger and menacing aren't
They're
synonyms.
not the same.
They're not
But
anywhere close
build
to
a
each other.
stronger villain, he did not carry that same evil intent that he did in the previous season.
Okay, at the beginning of the season, you're like, oh, this guy's getting into people's minds, killing them, blah blah blah, all the stuff or whatever. At the beginning of season 4, with Chrissy, and
Yeah.
you don't know what's happening.
Why did he take Chrissy, by the way? I forgot.
Why did he take anyone? Do you know? Because that's really important, and it changes whatever.
Uh-huh.
Like maybe this is going to ruin the show for you, but the whole point of killing those people was because it opened up the portal. Like he's not doing it just because he's a real mean guy. Like he opened the portal. Like he had to kill the 4 people with the clock strokes or whatever in order to like do the crossing. That's where the dimensional like big X through Hawkins came from or whatever. He had to kill the 4 different people.
Oh.
That was why he was doing it. He's not doing it because I'm the big creepy spooky guy in the background. Let me do terrible mean things. There's a physical
But why was
reason
he doing
for him.
it to why was he doing it to Max?
Because all these people had these big like trauma. They were all going to the same like therapist. They all
But
had
he already
like
had the X, right? Was Max the final X?
she was the final person, and he does it, but because 11 brings her back, ish. She's still like in a coma and her mind is trapped or whatever. He kills Max at the end of 4, and she's the last person. That's what opens everything up.
So you have a purpose for that. But the thing is, why would you abandon that? You've already shown what this dude's capable of.
That's what he did.
It's made you on the edge of the seat the entire
He didn't
season
abandon
4.
it. He did it.
When? When in season 5 did he do it?
No, that
Why- but
plan
why would
is
he-
done.
Why would he abandon it? Would he
He
stop
didn't abandon it. He completed it.
it? Okay, but why would he stop doing that if he can just kill someone whenever
If
he
you
wants?
if
in
you
their
finish
head?
if you finish eating your cake, why don't you just keep eating your cake when it's gone? What are you talking
No,
about?
He completed the bridge or whatever. Which, by the way,
He
they
weakened
set
the
up to be
barrier.
a big thing. They set up to be a big thing, and in the first 5 minutes of season 5, completely
Again,
glossed over.
again, season 5 has some pretty bad writing. Like I'm not. It's the
Bad.
worst season. Like 90% of season 5
by far.
is not good. Yeah, by far. It's like 5 than 1. But I think we kind of agree on that. But like I'm not defending everything in there, but I'm saying that the stuff that you seem to be like picking out is not the big deal that you're making it out to be, in my
think
opinion, I guess.
because a lot of people were disappointed with the finale, and I'm trying to think like, you know, me, I'm a problem solver. I'm like, what could the finale have done different? In my
And I
mind,
think that's the problem. Because
I
like
think
everyone does this. Everyone's like, "Oh, my version of what it." Same thing with Game of Thrones. Same thing.
I'm not saying I know, because I
Not
think a lot
you,
of the stuff.
but all the other theories, they'd be better. Or whatever. And like to an extent, they would have been.
I don't-
But that's not what they
I
are.
don't even like I don't like the theories of it's all a D&D campaign or stuff like that. Like I don't like that stuff because I like the I like this stuff being like it's a real tangible story. Like it's not something in somebody's mind. Like I lean that way. But the thing is, when I look at like a formula that's worked, and I don't know if you got into it, it's something we both listened to, but like they said the Duffer Brothers are like, I use a different word, are the most cowardice writers because they killed off one main character and they still couldn't really kill her off. Like there's one character that they killed, but they still left it open ended of like, oh, is she dead though? They
I
would not. They didn't do it. There's just they didn't. You don't have to. I just look at a formula of like, okay, you're trying to build up this crescendo, this end game. You have to make sure I'm on the edge of my seat in the fight of like, oh my gosh, like this guy might die or like, and then not saying you had to kill anybody, but
You
I
are
think if you
saying
get
that
a
though
better,
is the thing, which
I'm
is
I'm
fine
not.
if it's earned. The
Here's the
problem
thing:
is
the
you
Eddie was earned. Eddie was earned, and you don't think Eddie would? Okay, so Eddie. Okay,
like
I
Eddie's
kind of I'll
Eddie's
give it.
sacrifice is like, super sad. I love Eddie. He's like my third
But did he
favorite
need
character.
to do
But
that?
like, yeah, he was kind
Did he?
of
I get you.
maybe
I know.
there
I
there
got
like
you.
I'm not gonna fight anyone on that, but like.
Steve said it.
Well, yeah, but that Steve
Steve
was being, but that if anything, that like leads against me because Steve was kind of like Steve was in the wrong in that
He
conversation.
was, but he was kind of saying like, did he really need to go do? Because I hate that trope when people are like, I'll hold him off, and then they die instantly,
Yeah,
and it's just like, did you really need? You
yeah.
didn't hold him off.
Did you need to do this? The door that we're 5 feet away from. If we close that, that'll give as much time as you're giving.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah. I'm like, I don't need. You're gonna die anyway.
yeah, because
No,
I just
I think
rewatched them and like
just me personally, I think that final battle would have been. I think a lot of people would not be complaining about the finale as much, even with all the plot holes.
okay, all
Maybe it's
right,
also because I didn't see it in
okay,
theater.
hang on.
If they built up Vecna better.
All right, you're okay. Let me walk you through a few things here. Because there's a bunch of different things that I'm seeing people are having problems with the finale, and I again, like the season as a whole, absolutely,
Oh,
it's got
I
problems.
have
The
another. Okay, go
finale,
ahead.
though, specifically, I don't think you have like major problems with stuff that's after the fight, like the character wrap ups. I think
The
most of that
stuff
you're
after
fine
the
with.
fight is beautiful. I
Yeah,
love that.
like
And that's part of the
I
show.
don't like how like shafted Mike gets personally, but other than that, like
He
I like.
deserves it. He
No, he
sucks.
doesn't. Mike's the goat, but
It's the best season.
but uh, the fight specifically, I just want to kind of uh, think through a few things with the fight. Okay, how many like humans? How many of how many party members do you think are there? Like 10, 15 maybe.
Well, we have Jonathan, Nancy, Steve, Robin, um, Dustin. Is Lucas there, or did he stay
Lucas is
behind? I think
there.
Lucas is there. Mike, Will, Joyce. 9 and 11, so 10.
Okay, so we got 10 people. Um,
And none of them died.
we got 10 people, right? Okay, I don't know if this is your complaint, but I'm just working through a few things here. Are you upset in the lack of demogorgons?
I am very upset by the lack of
Okay,
Demogorgons.
uh, I'm just curious, like, do you how would these 10 scrapping people with really only one of them doing anything? To be honest, it's 11. Who is like if 11 like you have Vecna and the Mind Flayer. It's already enough of a suspension of disbelief to believe that the other 9 people are able to juggle for 5 minutes the Mind Flayer host. Personally, I don't think that that's like literally the Mind Flayer. I think that that's like another like
An embodiment. I
another
don't think it's the
flesh
Mind
puppet.
Flayer either. Because what was that black stuff that came out of their mouths?
Yeah,
That I think is the Mind Flayer.
yeah. I think that that's like another flesh puppet, which I I'm also fine
Might
with
be
people saying that.
so no.
I'm saying maybe it's like what they did with season 3 with the flesh Mind Flayer in the mall thing with all the bodies that did it. Maybe it's made up of demogorgons.
That's well, it's not. It's not. You can tell it's not.
You
But
don't know that, but it's
I
it
would have
is.
accepted that more. And I don't understand why they didn't just do that. How did they not foresee this question?
Yeah, no, yes. I agree with this part, but I'm saying
So
like
I
I want
understand
you to
what you're
tell me how
saying.
from a story writing
So
perspective you can have these 9 just fragile jelly bean of a people persons and then like a super like a nuke, a tactical nuke that is 11 who is going up against another tactical nuke which is Vecna while there's also a Godzilla kaiju running around. Where are you also going to throw in like a planetary like we don't know how many demogorgons there are. Everyone's like, oh, there's demogorgons. There could be like freaking 10 demogorgons on the whole planet. We don't know. Like we're just assuming
so
that oh like they're just in Demogorgon Manhattan doing Demogorgon Manhattan things or whatever, and
well,
they're just like going on their way
You
to
know what the
work.
Duffer Brothers said, right? They said they're there. They just, they weren't ready for this surprise attack. Vecna wasn't expecting a surprise attack, so they weren't there.
Well, I do think he wasn't expecting it, but I mean it's clear he wasn't expecting it.
That was
But
the slowest surprise attack I've ever seen. There's just so what you're saying like my critique was they didn't build Vecna up enough, and you know what, I'm wrong in that because that's not their only problem. As you said, how are they supposed to fight off Demogorgons? Guess what? They screwed themselves with their power scaling of the Demogorgons. They did that.
yeah,
Nobody
that's
twisted
not a
their arm to
finale
make them.
critique though.
They
That's
did
like
that.
a show
Okay,
wide
no,
critique.
the thing is, the Demogorgons are supposed to be Vecna's army, the Demodogs. Imagine if they had shown up to this dimension. This is why Dimension X also is stupid. Is like they don't fit in that world. If you showed up and it's just a bunch of Demogorgons in the middle of the desert, like what the actual heck is going? They don't fit that world. Also, isn't it interesting how
What world do they
they
fit?
like it cold and it's in the middle of Arizona looking Dimension X. Like it's so
The
stupid. The
Demogorgons,
amount of
the Demogorgons don't
con-
necessarily like it cold. The Mind
contradictions.
Flayer likes it cold.
Then why is he living in a desert?
I mean, we don't know if it's a hot desert. It's also probably gets really cold at night.
That's stupid. You know what looked cold was the friggin' upside down. Anyway, regardless, uh, there should have been an army of Demogorgons, Demodogs there. And I'm not saying the party, all 10 people have to take down the Demogorgons and fight them off.
But
That's
you
why I
are.
think if you had, no, I'm saying you should have structured that final. If you imagine if you had all three areas coming to fight. I'm talking the party, including Eleven and Hopper and Murray and I guess Kaylee. I don't care about her, but whatever. And you had the military there, and then you had Vecna's people, all in the same battle in a type of way of some sort, but they didn't do that.
I think that
That
would
would have
be at best on par with what we got.
that would be better. It would
That
be
would not be
better.
better.
Because the military would have helped with the demo. Not saying they're on the same side. I'm saying like everybody's kind of going at, they're trying to get to Vecna while Vecna might be fighting the military or something. That way, that kind of surprise attack would have been so much better than what we got.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't agree. I think that like because then you just get the big aerial shots. We're just like it's just chaos going on, and you just assume that oh yeah,
And
my 20 favorite characters down there
you
are
also
just
have
in the mix.
Will. You also have Will, who could have taken control of maybe some of the Demogorgons. Maybe he reaches a limit where he's just like, I can't take anymore. And then, but he's got his own little army of Demogorgons to go up against. Like, that would have been epic.
I don't think.
That's why when I think of
I
things like
think
that,
you're.
I feel cheapened by what we actually got in the finale.
Well, for one thing, I think you're. I think that you and some people are just like way overestimating what we know Will can do. I don't think that Will is
You
like,
know,
oh, he's another Vecna or what. I think Will can like piggyback and like temporarily just
yeah,
pull some strings or whatever. Will's like it's like in Civil War when they shoot Ant-Man into Iron Man's armor and he's going around like kind of messing with stuff. That's Will.
yeah,
Will's not like let me get in an Iron Man suit and be Iron Man for a while. Like Will is like being a little menace, doing little things. Like he's like
yeah.
it's like if a Demogorgon had like sentience. He's part of the hive mind or whatever. I also don't think in my opinion, like they're a hive mind, but it's not like an active. They're always all connected or whatever. It's like it has to be tapped in to. It's I don't know. That could be too much. That's just I'm getting into like theories or whatever. But the
I
thing
know,
that
but
like the thing is like you're complaining about like oh people want story and they only give moments or whatever. If you look at all these theories are just like look at these moments that correlate to my theory. And then like, what about all these big moments? These people have no idea how to get from moment A to B to C to D. Like they have no idea how to get to. They just think that oh look, how about what if these things that there have been? What if these really cool? And I'll admit they're really cool. But what if these correlatory moments to what we've already seen? What if this is what happens? And like they talk about their theories or whatever. Their theories are just the moments though. They have no idea how to get from point Z to A. Like they have like, and I'm like,
but these are
I
also
understand it
things.
could
A
be
lot of these,
better, but like
but a lot,
people's expectations, and but this has been a problem ever since all this like
a lot
online
of these
theories and
theories
stuff came.
though are not people. These when I think of like conspiracy theories, I think about like out of nowhere, like this person saw an alien and they said like nothing. These are very obvious things in background planted on purpose by the Duffer Brothers. They know what they were doing.
Like
They know
what?
what they were like like the Mr. What's It, games in the backgrounds. The color of the dial being, gray instead of red. The I'm sure the handover thing, that was all intentional. They're fueling these these conspiracies. There's no way those people all did that just because. Okay? And I'm not saying that there is a ninth episode. I don't think there is. But I'm saying like I think a lot of people say like a lot it's more what is it, it's more popular to hate than to love something, like people bond together more over hating something than loving something.
It
I forget, something
is.
like that.
Yeah.
And I think including that these theories to get people keep chatting about the show is something that they found a formula that works in the past 4 seasons of doing that. And so they're like, well, let's just do it again, but in the show, and then they can keep talking and we can spin off when we think of like what to do with the spin-offs.
I mean, I just
This isn't
there.
people
I think
digging
that
stuff
there's
up
a.
out of their butt. This
I
is
think
actual
that
stuff planted
I
there.
think that all these things, no, not all these things. I think that most of the critiques and stuff like that are justified, but like people are they're expecting way too much. They're thinking their critiques are more justified than they are. They're like a certain level of justified. Also, like I don't know, maybe it's because I've been burnt too many times with these finales or whatever. You just gotta expect like I mean, I can't think of a single one that really stuck the landing, and I said that or whatever. Like
I mean I've seen different. You've seen Breaking Bad. I think Breaking
Breaking
Bad's
Bad does
finale is,
not stick the ending.
yes, it
No,
does.
it
I don't
doesn't.
know what you're
It's
talking
just
about. The
fine.
ending is
The
great.
last the whole last season of Breaking Bad is like the worst season. It's comparable to Stranger Things at best. Like the final season of Breaking Bad is like it just feels like a whole bunch of unnecessariness. And then the ending is just like, oh, we're gonna kill Walt just to kill him. It's like, okay, well, let's just kill 11 just to kill her, or let's kill Will just to
Well,
kill him, or like,
the whole point of, not to get into Breaking Bad, but the whole point of it is that the self-destruction of a man, and that's what it is. He destroys everything about his life, and then in the end, chooses to do one thing to save a mentor, not mentor, a mentee, and
I'm trying to remember.
get revenge.
I had
The
a
whole point was
thought
to get
the
revenge
other
for the guy
day.
that killed
And
him.
yeah, I rewatched Breaking Bad within the past like 2 years, and yeah, it's just this show's so overrated. It's good. Don't get me wrong.
It's
Um,
good. I'm also of the camp it's overrated, but it's still good.
and honestly, like overall, it's probably a better a, a better written show, point A to point B than Stranger Things. Don't get me wrong. Um,
Also, um, I know they redid it, not redid it, but they did a kind of a fourth season. But Daredevil season 3, better finale.
that I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, that was
Um,
better finale.
yeah, just I don't know. Finales are especially series finales. There's so much hype on them, and like even back then, like I would say Stranger Things is comparable to like the hype and the spotlight and everything to Game of Thrones, and Game of Thrones didn't stick the landing. Like if you
I didn't
compare it
get
to
that far.
them, like
Yeah,
Stranger Things is just way better the
but it
way that the
sounds
ending is
like
handled.
Game of Thrones, because I did watch the ending after hearing about it for so much. I watched the ending,
Well,
but
okay,
this is a guy who stopped
well,
in season 4 and didn't watch the stuff between. And even I was just like, well, that was a stupid. like direction to take that.
Uh,
It made no sense in
all
my
right,
mind.
no, okay. Well, I'll say that, like as like it's been a little while now, but like as a pretty big Game of Thrones fan, this is somewhat of a hot take, but um, I have no problem with any of the actual events that happen in season 8. Well, I'll say that in a second. Um, the actual like bullet points of things, like the things that happen the way they're supposed to happen or whatever, I'm fine with. It all makes sense. It's all good. The problem is it's all just rushed. Season 8 should have been like 3 or 4 seasons. Like um or at least 2 or 3. Like there's so much just crammed in there. It's just like sped up like crazy. But like the actual thing, like people are upset about, and I think in a similar way to the Stranger Things finale, like the like season like the final season of Game of Thrones is essentially like very similar to the season that, like everything happens really fast, um, like way too fast or whatever, and that's the problem. You don't have enough time to develop any of this stuff. You don't have like good character progression or whatever. A lot of stuff it makes sense, but it's not satisfying. It's not well done, not well executed. Um, like and I think that's a hot take because people are like, "Oh, I don't, this person shouldn't be king at the end, or this shouldn't have happened, or whatever." And I'm like, all these things logically make sense. They really should have been broken up more. Um, I
There
mean,
was too much at once of stuff that I guess kind of is controversial, but and to do them all at once is what people are mad about instead of like
no,
maybe
people are mad that they
fresh.
happened, but I'm saying the happening is fine. The problem is that they did them all at once. There's a big important difference because like, okay, so you don't care, you're not gonna watch season 8 of Game of Thrones or whatever. You've got the big there's like the first half of it is like dedicated to the whole White Walkers finally coming to Winterfell, the White Walker army, and then in one they're about to have a big war, and the big battle takes place. It's one episode. Um, it's not a great episode. It's pretty disappointing. That whole like arc with them finally they got past the wall. They broke through the wall at the end of like the previous season, I think. And then like so the first few episodes are them going to Winterfell, and then now they're like in season episode 3 or 4 they're in Winterfell, and it's like a big fight, right? And then Arya uses I think Baelish's dagger because it's Valarian steel. I think she uses it and actually is the one who kills the Night King. Like she dives for him or whatever. He like grabs her like in the air or something like that, and then she drops the knife to her other hand. She does like a Bucky and Winter Soldier thing where she grabs and then she
Okay.
stabs him, and like he's like the head of it. So you kill him, you kill them all. So she like they're all about to lose. She does like a last ditch effort thing, and I'm like that's fine. Like everyone's like, oh, it should have been Jon Snow or it should have been like I don't care. Arya's also been training to be like a bad A assassin this whole thing, like that's fine. It's like that whole thing should have been more development. Arya's just kind of like a menace in the background up until this point. She's just like her grown up little self now, just doing her own thing. We need more development. We need more time with these characters, like where they're at this season, stuff like that. After that, they're like, okay, that's good. Pat, pat. We're all going to go down to King's Landing and talk about this now. So then they all go down to King's Landing, and which there should be another fight, but I don't think there is. I think they just kind of. Oh, I think no, because the blonde haired Daenerys is with them, and she helped fight the White Walkers or whatever. She's with Jon Snow and the North people now, and they're going to go siege King's Landing, and she's also. I mean, but the thing people are like, oh, she just went crazy. She gets to King's Landing and she just hates the Lannisters and these people, so she's like sets her dragons loose in the city. It just like starts burning the crap out of people and like killing people left and right or whatever, and they're like. That's a little crazy. John's like, I mean, I understand you got to do it. But that seems a little extreme, but okay, whatever. And I'm like, the way everything's just so fast paced. Everything's so stupidly like paced. But like, everyone knew since like season 2 that like she's also like she's like comes from a long line of inbred like Targaryens.
Maniac.
Yeah, she's like the descendant. Like she's the daughter of like the Mad King. She's got some screws loose, and we've seen it in like the first 5 or 6 seasons. You see it. You see like actual good, well written moments of her, like, like getting a little bit crazier over time. But it's like not like haha crazy. It's like this. It's like she has like the same problems her dad did, where it's like I don't know how to describe, but but like but people were like, why did my favorite character just flip on a switch like that? Like she didn't. It seems like she did,
You
but
saw
like
signs of
you
it.
didn't pay attention the last 7 seasons. But this was done wrong. Like they did it wrong in the moment. There should have been like a
Yeah,
whole season dedicated to the White Walkers finishing up that arc. Then the next season, at least, should have been them taking over King's Landing with all that, and her descending into, and maybe another season of her descending into madness, like really, really at while she's, because she does become queen, and then she's still descending into madness, and Jon Snow sees it, and he's like, I got to do something about this, and then Jon kills her.
yeah,
But all this happens in like 2 episodes. It's like it's
yeah.
stupid. And then they have like a meeting where they're all together. All the powerful people in Westeros are getting together, and they're like, okay, who's gonna be the new king? And I think like they got John there, and they got Tyrion there, who are both big favorites of the franchise, which both of them would be good, righteous kings. But politically, it doesn't make sense in world for them to do it.
Yeah.
But you also pull for them to get out of, because they're both like in jail or something. But they bring them back for this, like they get pardoned or whatever. But there's like a, I think John has to go north of the wall. Like he has to go live with the wildlings now or something. Like that's his punishment. And then Tyrion, I think, becomes Hand of the King or something. I don't remember, but like people wanted him to become king, and like Tyrion's my favorite character. I would have liked that, but at the same time, like in reality, you have like a psychic, super smart, like all generations in
Knowing.
one. Yeah, this all knowing being here who is like a super duper wise kid, but also he's got like all knowledge of like the past 1,000 generations or whatever. And he's a good guy. He's not like an evil dude. Like he like he's like I don't know. So they make
It makes
Bran the
sense.
king, and I'm like that all makes sense. They just didn't earn it. Everything, and then it pisses me off. It's why I've really just kind of like stopped caring about Game of Thrones anymore. Or because like one, I don't think the rest of the books are ever coming out. But like the show, the last like 3 or 4 seasons of the show are after the books. Like they're having to like apparently George R. R. Martin told them like, okay, this is what happens, gave them the bullet points or whatever, and they had just kind of had to fill in the blanks or whatever and just kind of make it up as they went because that stuff isn't out yet or whatever, and
Yeah.
he's gonna die before he finishes any of the other books.
Well, he doesn't he's now not gonna write what he was going to because of
What
how badly he
exactly? I 100% like they like the people are mad at those. Is that another set of brothers who made that? I forget.
I think it was. I could be wrong.
It's been so long since I've been into Game of Thrones, I've forgotten. But like they, yeah, it's the same thing. Like they, everyone blames them for the story, and like there's some blame to go there because they were trying to wrap it up fast so they could get to their Star Wars thing or whatever they had. They had a deal for another thing, but I guarantee you, this was the story that George R. R. Martin gave them, and
Yeah.
people don't recognize
People
that.
like if they could have just waited till the books came out, it's just like I got news for you. The books, if the books are
Yeah.
never coming out, but if they had,
Also,
it would
I
have been
guarantee
pretty
you,
about them.
but they're like, oh, they forgot about all this other stuff and all this other world building and all these important things that were like prophecies and all this stuff like that. I'm like, they didn't just forget about it. I guarantee George forgot about it, and he wasn't planning on like he was just like, oh yeah, I needed to do something. Like he had too many like coals in the fire, and he doesn't know what to do with like half of them. And
So
that,
I guess this is because like I never watched Game of Thrones but it sounds like it's comparable to Stranger Things where there's, as you said, prophecies or things in the past few seasons. The people are like, oh my gosh, that means this is this, and it's similar to Stranger Things where it's like, oh look at this and this. Um,
yeah, I'm getting deja vu. This is very similar to what happened there, but this finale, this final season is way better
it's
than
just
what Game of
in my
Thrones got.
mind, I think about what could have been. That's really where I'm at,
Yeah, but it's like the guy with the
and I
hanging noose is
feel
like first time like
no, but the thing is, I've never experienced a finale let down like this. I've experienced finales where I feel not let down, but sad after, and been like, I can't believe it's over. And I kind of feel that way about this, but it's not. not anymore because episode 9 is dropping tomorrow.
It's not. This was
But
supposed to
as
be
you
a
said,
quick thing. We're 45 minutes in talking about this episode that's not going to
okay, well,
exist.
I'll just say,
I mean, you're
I
fine.
think similar to
Yeah,
what you said.
that's
I think similar to what you said about the pacing of Game of Thrones last season of Game of Thrones is similar to Stranger Things because they said like this is going to be our last season. They're going to wrap it up. This is our end game. I think it really does appear they had more to say. Because if this was really going to be a wrap up your end game, you wouldn't have done the Holly stuff. You obviously had another, like, oh, what if we did this? You had another place you wanted to go. You should have just they weren't because I also hate it with TV shows, movies when actors get too good for it, Like a lot of people got their start with Stranger Things, and I think like people like Millie Bobby Brown, I think we're done with being 11, and they're just like I don't want to do that anymore. Like I'm tired of being known as the guy from Stranger Things or whatever.
yeah.
And I get it. But I'm also a little bit annoyed, like, oh, I'm so sorry that your character's so beloved that we want to see more of you. And I
Meanwhile,
think
Robert
they
Downey
kind of,
Jr. is playing two different people in the MCU now.
yeah. See, Marvel's doing the opposite. Like, oh, you want more of them? You say. So,
We'll just have
uh,
everyone played by the same guy.
yes,
We figured the
multiverse.
solution out. Yeah, there we go.
So I think they probably, if they had the whole season to kind of do the Holly Max thing, and then the next season you wouldn't even have to do a whole season. You could do like like a 4 episode, like each episode's like an hour and a half, 2 hours long, whatever, do like that, and have a more end game feel where you wrap up all these loose storylines. That probably would have been better. They obviously had a story they wanted to tell with Holly. And you know what? I liked the Holly storyline. I liked Holly as a character. I don't get the hate for her. It's not her fault that she had the most screen time. She had an interesting character. She was good. But the thing is, when you are trying to do a new storyline in the middle of wrapping up all these other ones, there's going to be a lot of loose threads, and that's what happened. Um, I hope there's an episode 9. Listen, if there's an episode 9, like all the credit to you, Duffer Brothers. But I know I asked you what would you want to see in it. Sounds like you don't want to see anything because you
I
don't
yeah,
want to see it.
I don't
You're
want it.
just like
If it comes out, I'll watch it. Don't get me wrong. I'll
here.
be like, okay. But for me, the
You
thing
enjoyed the wrap up as it was, and you want to leave it be.
I enjoyed it, but also it's fine. My thing is just like I don't know. Like I've got like some. I don't have any behind me specifically, but I have art in here that's like posters, um, of like some of my favorite scenes in like animes or other shows or cartoons I watch or whatever. Like I like fan art. I like looking at fan art. Fan art's good, but like I have a hard time, um, like buying like
And
commissioned fan art, like stuff like that. Um, just like to me, there's just a certain agency that the actual like writer of something slash creator or whatever like gives to like this is the story that like there's the canonicity of something is important to me and like a big factor in that is the creator's intent and their intention behind it. That is just super important to me. And if they drop the ball, that's fine. Like
but
like
it's
I
their
can
fault.
acknowledge they dropped the ball, but yeah, it's their ball. Like what the story is what the story is. And I'm more like I prefer what the actual thing, even if the thing I end up not liking as much or it loses some appeal to me or whatever, even if it doesn't fully stick to landing, whatever, like the actual story, the core story, the canon story to what it's supposed to be by the creator of it and their agency and their like for their thing that they made. That's what matters to me more than like how great it could be or whatever. Like
But again, this type of show, they've kind of constructed it to be like, oh, what's really going on? What is the canon? So,
kind of, but
like I said,
I don't think
they
nearly
killed
as
a
much as
character
you're
without
thinking it
killing them
is.
all. And also, let's just put this out there. They had no idea of what they were writing at season 1. They did not envision
I
this
think they
story
had
in season
like
1.
the major bullet points. Like I think in season one, I think they had the idea. Um, I think they. I personally, it kind of makes sense to me that they did have the idea of it being a wormhole instead of an alternate dimension.
I don't think so.
I think that makes sense. I could be wrong. I'd be fine with being wrong, but to me, like that checks out. I
The
think
wall never showed up until the latest season. You think that's just a coincidence?
Yeah. Well, okay. I had one kind of problem with it though. And I had this maybe I don't. Maybe I
I
don't
think.
think that.
Oh, I might
Cuz
know it.
I
Okay, go
only have
ahead.
one problem with the wormhole thing and the Hawkins contained thing. Is that didn't we have a wormhole open up in Russia? Or was
Yeah,
that
yeah,
not?
that's what a lot. Yeah,
Did we?
that's a lot of people. Yeah, because how
I
did the
mean, did we?
Demogorgon get there? How did the
Well,
Demogorgon get there?
like the Demogorgon slash Hopper. Like how did Hopper? I always assumed that Hopper got blasted through the portal, but on rewatch, I was wondering: is it just that because like
But to me,
the
like that is
Russians that got
that's a
out of there, like after the events of season three, like there are probably some Russians who survived and got out of there, and they captured Hopper's bot or they took Hopper with them and the Demogorgon or
I don't
like
think so.
they had access to get back home or whatever.
I
Did
don't
Hopper
think
get
that's how
blasted through the? Because we never see like a portal to Russia though. Is the thing. I don't. Yeah,
I
no, we
don't know,
don't.
but it was not they recovered his body and took him to Russia. It was I don't think it was that.
Maybe, maybe I don't know. It's hard to
But
hard to
to me,
know.
that is like yeah, that's a plot hole. But I think that there's worse plot holes than that.
As
Anyway,
far as
okay,
the yeah, as far as the other,
we
it doesn't matter.
we can move on. I mean, I got to talk about this for a while because I got a lot of issues, but we'll move on. Um, I know we also wanted to talk about the Doomsday trailer that dropped.
Yeah, did you watch it?
I did. Uh, let's talk about the first. It's not long, but the first part. What did you think about Professor X and Magneto?
I like the Magneto's got the hair. I like the Professor X has the like the X patch on him or whatever.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, it's just nostalgia bait, but I like it. You know, it's good. I'm like, look at these guys. I'm like,
chess
do
match.
they? I don't know. I can't help but watch these and be like, I like wonder about like how much they want to come back for this stuff.
Yeah,
That's just what
I'll tell
hits
you
me
what.
every time.
I
Like, it's
think
Patrick
they.
Stewart. Isn't Patrick Stewart a knight technically? Like, he's
Yeah.
doing MCU movie. I
Well,
don't know.
I think they enjoy coming back as those characters because that's all they do now. That's all they can do.
I
I
guess,
think they enjoy it
but that
more than
also,
other actors.
but also that kind of worries me with like Sir Ian McKellen is getting up there. I don't remember how old he is.
Yeah,
He's yeah,
they're
and
both on the
I'm really worried because I mean if you're giving me like an X Men thing, I mentioned this. We were talking about this in our group chat. Did you see what I said to our cousin about this? That I'm like worried this is going to be like a multiverse of man. It's just a little quick hit thing, or like a
I think it
Deadpool and
will be.
Wolverine thing where you see like the aftermath of like what happened where they all died or whatever type of thing.
But to me, that was not the issue for Deadpool Wolverine.
I mean, there's plenty of issues with Deadpool and Wolverine, but like
Yeah.
it would have been a little bit better if we actually got to see what he was
To me,
talking about.
Cassandra and TVA were the problems in Deadpool Wolverine. The rest, you could work with, but that part of it was just so bad. Um, I think I think you're right. I don't think it'll be a lot of Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen. I think that they're both, probably
I'm
together. It'll probably be like maybe like 5 to 10 minutes. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm worried that that scene is essentially like a small
That's
part of the
it.
opening of like the scenes that we see in that trailer is like 50% of the X-Men stuff in the movie.
I no, I think there's gonna be X-Men, but I think of them, they're not. I don't think they're gonna be doing much.
I
Um,
mean, okay, what
I don't
if the
think they're gonna
beginning
be
of the movie is a cold open and it's Doctor Doom
Oh,
showing up on all these places and just stealing kids and the X-Men he steals one of the X-Men and just like wipes him out and that's Scott like raging out
yeah.
about it and then like that's it. Like it's just like
Let's
we're just left to wonder like oh MCU could use this later I guess
because
maybe.
that would make sense because if when he does that, let's say when he comes down and wipes him out, like say Scott's the only one left, or Scott and Logan or whatever, because what was it, Kelsey Grammer and who's the Nightcrawler guy, Alan Cummings?
Yeah.
Aren't they both? I know Kelsey Grammer's old, but isn't Alan Cummings both like getting up there in age where like you wouldn't
He
want
is,
to
but also I'm
do?
pretty sure that he said that like he's not in it very much.
Yeah, so like as you said, I could totally see that. He comes in, he kind of kills a bunch of the X-Men, and the ones that are alive are the young people that they can keep for Secret Wars and be confident they'll still be alive.
Maybe I'm not confident that we're gonna have X-Men as main characters in this movie
I
or a
don't That's
recurring
what I'm saying
character.
is
I'm
maybe it's more like a setup of them for to come back in Secret Wars,
maybe
and Doomsday is more the Avengers and
yeah. I have a little
the
bit
new
more. I
Avengers.
have a little bit more hope for Secret Wars than Doomsday, to be honest. But I mean, I have hope for Doomsday. I'm just really
Well, you don't like
worried.
part ones.
Do you think that that's how it's gonna play out? That this is a part one?
Yeah, yeah. I
Hmm.
think it's pretty. I don't know how you wouldn't see it as a part one.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm not as familiar with Secret Wars as I thought. Is Doctor Doom involved with Secret Wars very much?
Doctor Doom is involved in Secret Wars, actually.
Is he like
Um,
the? Is he like a main player?
I think what happens is they're not doing Secret Wars the comic line, but I think in the comic line, the Beyonder it was just used to sell toys. To be honest, Beyonder brings everybody to Battle World to fight. Doctor Doom kind of finds a way to take his power, I believe, though, and basically Doctor Doom becomes the Beyonder, and everybody has to come, I think, come together to beat him. I could be completely wrong about that, and somebody could tell me I'm an idiot, but I think that's basically the gist of how it goes.
Or yeah, I didn't even yeah that last part. Like I knew about because it's almost like you said. I knew about the fact that it was like one they're kind of it was to do like a little bit of like a retcon or kind of like isn't that where they start like kind of killing off people or like selecting for different things or whatever. I may be mixing it up with
I
Infinite
don't remember.
Crisis, with DC. I know that like they had too many worlds, so they're like we need to kind of cut
Yeah,
back
I don't
the
think it
fat.
was that. Okay, that one. Okay, so that there are two Secret Wars. That was the second one
Okay.
where Reed, I think it was, discovers that there's like too many uh multiverses or worlds or whatever, and it's basically a there's going to be only one, and it's a battle for. I never read the comic, but I heard like it's a battle for whose world stays, or like they're all fighting
Yeah,
each other.
it's like
It's stupid.
a tournament arc. Yeah, which I think is
Yeah,
essentially well, that's not a tournament arc, but it's that's what the DC one is. I think that's what I'm getting mixed up because Crisis on Infinite Earths for DC is like DC like it's a writer's problem. They're like we have too much crap going on. We have too many variations and versions of these. We need to consolidate. So they like I think like one or two like ultra powerful like Watcher type race people or whatever starts just picking out and they have like multiple of certain characters like there's like two or three supermen and whatever, like so they have a bunch of these people they get on the, like this interdimensional space station and they're like you guys have to help us figure out how to save earth because earths are just getting eaten basically by reality or by the anti
life equation.
monitor or something like that and it yeah, so it's like a whole bunch of nonsense or whatever. So I think I was getting those mixed up. So that's what I was thinking. I was thinking
Yeah.
Secret Wars. Like, wasn't Secret Wars where the original black suit came from in Spider Man?
Yep. Yep.
Do you think that that's where they're gonna get the suit in here?
So it depends. I kind of, as you said, if Tom's gonna do a
More.
whole nother trilogy, I think he will do another trilogy, but I think he's the main of this one. I think the next one he shares with Miles, and the third one he'll probably be like a backseat to Miles.
Of this current trilogy, right? You're not talking about two, three
This
more
current trilogy.
trilogies. You're
I think this one, no, this current trilogy, this first one, I think will be Tom as Peter. The next one, they'll bring in Miles, and he'll kind of be with Peter, learning the ropes. And then the third one would be mainly Miles with Peter in the background, and then that'll
interesting.
kind of be.
Okay.
They might, what they might do is they might do the Ultimate Spider-Man death, to take out Tom. It'd be sad as whatever, but that's the best comic book death probably of all time. Um, But yeah, that's. I'll tell you what, Cyclops looks good.
He does, and
Cyclops
that's what worry. That's what makes like
beautiful.
when I
It
first
makes
saw
it.
this the
Yeah,
leak a few weeks ago. I was like, man, this gets me excited, and because of that, I know it's probably not going to be that big of a deal.
yeah.
That's just what I'm a little bit like all these things. like all of these trailers that they've released so far, even the Thor one's really good, but it makes me think it's gonna be like like there's too much happening for this movie to be what this is another thing. Like there's so much speculation. It's like Stranger Things all over again. There's so much speculation for all the stuff that could happen in this. It's
Do
gonna be
you think
disappointing.
Doomsday? Do you think they pull off Doomsday better than the Duffer Brothers pulled
No,
off Stranger Things season 5?
no, no,
You don't think it'll be better than season? So what
no.
did you wait? What did you give season
I
5 as
think
a whole? 8?
well, mm, I'll give season five. I'll give season five a 7.
What do you
It's
give finale?
the finale. I'll give the finale a 9.
That's crazy. So Doomsday, you think prediction wise, you think it'll be more of an 8?
I think it'd be awesome if it was an 8. I'm worried
Yeah.
this is gonna be bad.
I think
I think that
Doomsday
Doomsday
will
will probably be
be
better than season 5. I think that the finale of Stranger Things is gonna be better than Doomsday. I think that there's no way that it's not.
that's tough.
Because well, like because with
Because
the
they're
finale,
using so many storylines that there's no
there's
build up to.
there's I don't like yeah there's no build up for Doomsday. Whereas like even if you take out even if you say okay yeah the fight and stuff was bad in the finale, which I think it's fine. I don't think it's great, but I think it's fine. I think it's serviceable. But the last half of this like that there's so much good like there's nothing that Doomsday can do that's gonna that's gonna match the last half of the finale of Stranger Things.
Well, I think that's more of a Secret Wars, to be honest. Because like I said, I think it's more. I think Doomsday will act more as a part one.
It could, and I hope it does, but I don't like. We there's like 3 movies between Doomsday and Secret Wars, isn't there? Isn't Secret Wars like the next year? Aren't they doing that?
Yeah. So I think, like I said, I think it's a part two.
Yeah, that's why if it's a part 2, they got to get it out like really quickly, like do the in-game thing where they're like recording them simultaneously or whatever. Um, but like,
Let me see. No confirmed theatrical films on their slate right now between Doomsday and Secret Wars, but speculation points to Doctor Strange 3 or Blade. But as of right now, there's no confirmed movies between those two.
we're in.
Oh, wait, Shang-Chi 2.
Is that
Okay,
confirmed?
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, we're in 6 right now, right? We're in phase 6.
Are we in phase 6?
I think we
That's
are.
so bad.
Phase 6 says Fantastic Four, Eyes of Wakanda, Marvel Zombies, Wonder Man. I don't. Do you know who Wonder Man is?
Nope. I've seen the trailers though, and you know what? I'm
Yeah, I'm
interested.
interested. I honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I need to. I do kind of want to go back and watch Ironheart. I skipped Ironheart.
I know it'll be bad, but I just feel bad that there's a thing in MCU I haven't watched.
Did you watch Eyes of Wakanda?
Nope. But
Yeah, I didn't watch that either.
that's not really like.
I mean, I didn't watch What If. A lot of the like spin off, like I don't know. There's the shows. I've kind of really started falling off the shows. I
So
didn't
it
watch
doesn't really
Secret
look like there's
Invasion.
any. Secret Invasion wasn't good, so you
I
didn't
watched
miss
like the
anything.
first episode and then I fell off.
They killed off Maria Hill in like what the first or second
Yeah,
episode.
that's when I fell off. Yeah.
That's all you need to see. So
Not, yeah, we got Brand New Day. We got Dooms. Yeah, this slate has nothing between Secret Wars and
yeah,
Doomsday.
I don't know how you would, to be honest, because I really don't want to see another.
That's what I'm
Um,
saying. Like you got no development. Like we get like a movie's worth of development. I assume there's gonna be one or at least 1 or 2 movies between Doomsday and Secret Wars, but they might be far from home situations where or I guess not far from home, but they might be just like not related ones. They're just off doing their own thing. Um, so I mean, but even if they are related, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you do it
I
because
think they'll build it up. I
because
think they'll build it
I,
up in Doomsday
you think
and
we're gonna
then
get
Secret
you
Wars.
think we're gonna get enough development to care about anyone in Doomsday when you've got 50
I
characters?
do.
I don't.
You know what? You can call me naive, but I've seen the Russo brothers do it before, and there's I think they got something. I think they've got something,
I hope so.
and
I do.
I want to see it.
Because I've
So
been I've been an MCU defender through the past like two phases since Endgame. Like when people are like, "Oh, it's all garbage now," and like there's some not great stuff in there. There's some bad stuff in there, but like it's not as bad as people saying. Um,
I was listening. I was just listening to a guy today. Just was watching a reel, and he was saying like, "Yeah, I just can't do the MCU. You know, I tried and I don't." And like, "Oh yeah, yeah, dude, they're rough." He's like, "Yeah, like I got invited to an event to watch one of them. And I sat down. It was Thor: Love and Thunder, and my buddy rented out the theater for everybody to go watch it. So I'm there watching it. I want to be a jerk and get up and leave, but it was just rough. You know, it wasn't funny." And I'm like. It's because it's a bad MCU movie. It's not because it's an MCU movie. That's one of the worst ones. I don't know. Like these people, they jump in like just a random one, and they're like, "Oh, I don't get it. I don't know who this character is. I'm out." Just like, okay, go back and watch Taxi Driver, I guess. Like, and have fun with that. Um, stupid.
I didn't.
Anyway,
I forgot
so
we did do. Uh, because I know you mentioned you wanted to rank the next phase. So we can do that. We
or
can do that at the end. Is this the end, or do you have anything else
what
you
else?
want to talk about?
What else did we have to talk about?
There was most anticipated movies of 2026.
Well, I think we're both gonna have Doomsday. Um,
Yeah, Doomsday is up
you're
there.
you might me, Brand New Day, obviously, and the Odyssey. The Odyssey is gonna be, but another one
I
kind
hope
of
it's
going
good.
slept on. Another one that going slept on right now is Dune 3, I think.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that's coming out. I keep forgetting about that. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm just looking at some gnome ones. Clayface is coming out. I don't really know. I mean, I'm gonna watch it, but like, I don't know what to expect out of
Supergirl.
there. Supergirl is one. I think. I hope it's good. I really do. I love the character of Supergirl. I don't know a lot about her, to be honest. I know like stuff that I learned from Smallville and then like Justice League Unlimited and stuff like that. But um, I always liked the character. People are really hating on the actress right now. I don't think that's justified.
I
Like, I don't
Why?
people
What did she
people
do?
think she looks like. I don't. Have you heard about who people think she looks like? I don't want to say it because I'll say it. 'Cause, like once I say it, you're probably gonna be like, oh yeah, I agree. I don't know. I just get the feeling you're gonna agree with it. Um, because she kind of has like some similar facial features, but like I think Millie Alcock, is that her name?
Yeah,
Alcock. Like she was in House of the Dragon. I've always thought ever since I saw her in House of the Dragon that she's very cute. Um, but like people say she looks like the guy Adam Warlock.
I don't see
She's got
that.
like some slight similar like facial features, I guess. But like I don't know, she's like I don't know.
Let's see. I don't really see it. I don't get that.
What is his name? There's a Resident Evil movie coming out next year. Oh,
Hmm.
okay. Yeah, there's some hidden gems in here I'm excited for sure. There's a new Narnia movie coming out. So yeah, we both got Doomsday,
I
obviously.
think I think Narnia is a TV show, right? Netflix TV show. Will Poulter's his name.
Yeah, it could be.
I think it's a TV show.
Oh, Netflix is
Um,
giving it a theatrical run,
okay,
so they're
well,
listing it
did
in
you hear
here.
about? Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't care. I'm not
I
really
just
interested.
it's it's one of those that I'm just I would be interested because it's Narnia, but I don't know how you take a lion with a mane, meaning it's a male,
Give it.
give
Give it.
it Meryl Streep's voice. Like I don't, and that's not a character that I feel like you can gender swap. I'll be completely honest.
Yeah.
It's a very key character for that to be a male lion.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Um.
Greta Gerwig.
Yeah. Uh, I'm very interested in Hail Mary. Um, that that looks good to me.
Just
There's
another
we
fall
have
guy.
we have another Hunger Games movie coming out next year.
Yeah, I like Hey Mitch a lot. So, I don't like the Hunger Games that much, but you know what? I'd watch it because I really like Hey Mitch's character.
I do like Hunger Games a good bit. I like I've read all the books. I really liked this book. I think it'll be pretty
You
solid.
read all the books.
Yeah, I've read all the books, including these, like the spinoffs, whatever.
I hear this one's a crier.
The It's pretty rough,
Don't,
man.
don't
Yeah,
spoil. Don't spoil.
Hamish's story is rough. There's a reason that he is like torn up. You know.
Yeah,
There was
makes
another one
sense.
that I saw. There's Clayface. Exit 8. That's kind of weird. Spider Man. Moana live action. Why?
Whatever.
Why
Get
are
out of
we?
here.
Why are we doing this? Toy Story 5. Probably gonna be bad.
Probably gonna be bad.
Mandalorian and Grogu. You don't watch the Mandalorian, right?
I do.
I fell
The
off. I
last few
haven't.
seasons.
Yeah, I'm a few seasons behind.
How many is there? Four or three?
I'm not sure. The last thing I saw was
Luke.
yeah, when Luke showed up at the end of season 2 and
Yeah.
saved them. That's the last thing I saw. But I know there's a lot of other good stuff after that. I don't know.
See how many seasons. Uh, in Okay, so there's three. Um,
I'm probably gonna like Michael, to be honest. I need to go probably see Michael.
I mean, I don't care much for it. I mean, Michael
I'm
Jackson's,
not I'm not like a huge fan of
popular and
Michael
all
Jackson.
that,
Like
but
I enjoy like the hits. But like I don't know, something about like musical biopics, whatever they are.
biopics.
Yeah, like I usually tend to really like them. Um
I don't usually
and they
watch
usually
them. I
make
mean,
me like the artist more. I guess, or their music
I
more.
watched. Did you? Well, what was the last one you watched? Did you watch Bohemian Rhapsody?
I didn't I don't
I didn't
again,
either.
I need to because I don't
Did
like
you watch
Queen.
Elvis?
I did watch Elvis. I really like
That was
Elvis.
okay. It was all right. It was solid.
Yeah. But I have a feeling Michael's going to be good. I think my wife also likes his music, so she's going to want to see it. Um,
Mm,
Ready or Not 2. There we go. Ready or Not 2. Here I come.
I don't know that.
I watched this like last year, the first one, on Halloween. It was just like a random thing I saw on Hulu and decided to watch it. It's a woman who is marrying into a family, or she either married or is marrying into a rich
Oh, I
family.
did hear about this.
And they have a thing like every I think it's at their wedding or whatever. When you marry someone, they have to play a game. They have like a deck of cards. It's like 52 different games or whatever, and whatever the game is, that's what they play that night. But there's one card in there that's like hide and seek, and if that's the card, oh no, like that person has to try and hide until daylight, and the rest of the family has to hunt them down. If the person survives, the family supposedly will all die. Um, but if they do kill the person before daylight comes, then they get to keep living with I guess like they're like one of their ancestors like made a deal with the devil or something. Um,
Weird.
it's
I heard
crazy,
it's good.
but it's kind of a fun movie. It's like a fun like thriller slasher like, and it's like these people are crazy clearly, and like there's other like spouses who are like, yeah, it's just what we do, you know. And like because it hasn't happened since like the main character's like the husband that she's marrying or whatever, he was like a little kid the last time that someone pulled that card. So all these other spouses, you know, there's other family members and they're all like fine or whatever. But like, so there's a sequel to that movie, and it's a weird. I would not have expected that movie to have a sequel, but apparently it's going to, and I'm gonna watch
Not
it
the girl
because
that people confuse with Margot Robbie in it,
yes,
right?
yes it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Project Hail Mary. There's a Peaky
I don't care
Blinders
much for
movie
that.
coming out.
I like Ryan Gosling, but I don't I don't want
Oh,
him, England Powell, to start doing these weird movies, like like The Fall Guy, and I heard The Running Man wasn't good. I still want to see it, but like, get out of this genre. I don't know.
There's a few romance movies I kind of want to see that look pretty good. Take the wife to those. There's a new Scream movie coming out. I've only seen the first like two Scream movies. I need to watch the rest
I
of
haven't
them.
seen any of them.
The first one's pretty good. Um,
I've seen scary movies, so I know how it ends.
uh, oh, okay. Something just reminded me. I wanted to ask about this. Did you see Frankenstein?
I did not.
I want to. It looks really good, but it looks kind of artsy, and I'm like, I don't know. Like some artsy movies
It's
I really
Guillermo,
like, some I don't.
it's
It's
Guillermo del Toro,
yeah.
so
What else does
I
he
like
do?
you. Hellboy.
Oh,
He did a Pinocchio. He
yeah,
does. He did a lot.
yeah. I need to see.
I like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Let me see, Guillermo del Toro movies.
Oh, Shape of Water.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shape of Water,
Pacific
Pacific
Rim.
Rim. Ooh. But did you watch Nightmare Alley?
No, I don't know what that
It
is.
was. It was.
Puss in Boots is him. Oh,
The Hobbit.
Rise of the
And that makes sense.
Guardians. He did
No, it
a
was,
did an episode of Rick and Morty. Kung Fu Panda 2? No. What?
I don't know if he directed these or if he was just like,
Yeah, this might
yeah.
be. Yeah, this is not yet. Okay, these might be wrong because this is. I'm just using the Google thing. That's wrong. Yeah.
That's what I was using too. But um, yeah. So, do you want to jump? Is there any other movies you wanted to highlight?
No, I don't think so. I think we got
The
the main
Odyssey
ones.
needs to be cinema.
Yeah,
Doomsday
we could
needs to
do
be
like
cinema.
like I think I mentioned beforehand. We could do like a. I thought it might be fun doing like a box office draft, but in reality, it's just gonna be, you know, we're all gonna be
We should
vying
do.
for Doomsday and the
Yeah.
Odyssey and stuff.
We should do a ranking maybe of who has the most pressure on it. Besides Doomsday, Doomsday's got the
Doomsday,
most
yeah,
pressure.
exactly. It's Doomsday.
So I guess it doesn't matter. It's completely.
Yeah, after that, I don't know who else has pressure on him.
I think the Odyssey does have pressure,
I don't think so. I think that I think that
especially with all the people complaining about the accurate, you know, armor. Anyway,
Nolan is like if Zack Snyder was good, he's got his cultists behind him that think that everything is great. And yeah, but like I said, is if Zack Snyder was actually good and worthy of like all the praise that he gets. I don't know.
yeah, the Snyder fans remind me of people with a touch of, as I'd said, the
The
TASM.
TASM, yeah.
They're like, you just don't understand.
Well, TASM 1 is bad,
Anyway,
that's true, but TASM 2 is actually an upgrade. So
okay,
anyway, what
well,
was
you're
the
wrong.
all right? The last thing we were gonna do,
MCU Phase
MCU
4.
Phase 4. This is where we
So
start
are
getting a
we
lot
including TV
of
shows?
yeah. That's where we started doing a lot of TV shows.
All right.
18
So
things in here. Oh, I haven't seen one of these. I haven't seen two
we're
of
not
these.
including. Okay, so we're not going to include
Three of these.
ones we haven't seen, like What If.
Four of these. Okay. Yeah, there's four
You
things
haven't.
in here
What
I
have you
haven't
not
seen.
seen?
They're
What
all
have you
TV
not seen?
shows. I haven't seen. I saw the first season of What If, then I stopped watching, which is in here. So okay, I've seen that one. Um, I have not seen. I didn't. I watched the first episode of Miss Marvel, and I haven't finished it.
I've watched it.
I Am Groot,
But that was here. I Am Group was nice.
and then Werewolf by Night.
I didn't watch it. Where are you? Is this Phase 4 for you?
Yeah,
Heck, am I in?
I'm on the MCU wiki.
I was on the Wikipedia. Oh,
Rep Battle
okay.
Network.
Okay.
Okay, well, I guess we can have like a didn't watch section. We'll put them at the like the
Yeah.
bottom, and then we'll rank the
Okay.
ones that we've seen.
So first up, we got
Should we
WandaVision.
do like just movies, or should we do like we should do like because I mean, are any of these are any of these TV shows gonna be above any of the movies?
Uh, Let me see.
Should we just rank TV shows and rank movies separately?
Well, I think WandaVision for me would be.
Let me. Yeah, WandaVision's better than some of these movies. There's okay,
So the
yeah,
holidays.
yeah, okay, okay. All right, yeah. So, well, I already said that the four that I haven't seen. So, I guess Werewolf by Night. I guess neither of us have seen. So we'll put that at the bottom, like in the not seen category.
Not seen category. I kind of watched Werewolf by Night. It was okay. I didn't,
I heard it was good. I just never got around to watch it.
it's not my style. Is there anything else that is? I don't. I mean, I watched What If season one again. It was okay. Um, Anything else I didn't see?
What if you said you saw Miss Marvel, so I guess I'll defer to you
I
on
did.
that one. I've only seen the first episode, and then I Am Groot I didn't watch any of.
So I Am Groot is just it's just little short stories. They're like
Right, yeah.
6 minutes each.
That's why I didn't watch
It's
it.
just it's okay. It's just cute little stories. It's nothing crazy.
So is that going at the bottom?
We'll put it in the list of not watched for
Okay.
you because I don't want to put it at the bottom because it's definitely not the bottom because I
Okay.
have a very clear pick for the bottom.
Are we gonna fight?
I think so because I think you said that you actually liked this or you didn't think it was that
You
bad.
better not put this at the bottom. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm putting it at the bottom.
We're not. Well, it's a joint draft. We're not putting it at the bottom.
We're putting it at the bottom.
No, there's. I see at least.
She-Hulk.
What? No, I see.
She-Hulk.
I see one, two.
What is worse than She-Hulk?
Black Widow.
That is absurd.
Black Widow is worse
That
than
is
She-Hulk.
absurd.
What if season one is worse
Not
than
I'm,
She-Hulk? Thor: Love and Thunder is worse than She-Hulk.
okay, listen. What if that's not true? What if can we just take What If out as well? Because What If is like it's an
Okay.
animated
All
show.
right.
I
We'll
don't
put
think it
What
really
If.
counts.
Put What If in the.
It's not canon.
Yeah. Let me make a note of these things here.
All right. Um, you're actually insane. She-Hulk is at the bottom. I can't move
No.
it. I
Let
can't.
me
I'm not
see.
moving it.
No. No.
There's so many of these that like, you could sway me. I can't be swayed on this.
There's no way.
Tell me why it's not the bottom.
She-Hulk is like a solid. That's like a 7 out of 10.
You're insane. You're actually insane. So here's what. Okay, She-Hulk, it provides a, I guess, okay, reason for her getting the Hulk powers as far as the blood transfusion between her and Bruce, right? Not blood transfusion. Was it blood drips in her from him? I forget. There's some kind of. I think it drips into a cut of hers from his. I don't remember. Um, which whatever. Anyway, so she's got powers, but then immediately they make her, little bro Hulk, and tell him like, I know how to control my emotions. I'm a woman. You don't get it. You have no idea. You haven't been through anything. That's why you can't control your temper. Like, are you kidding me? Have you seen his like? She hasn't. Obviously, she hasn't. But like the past few movies, he's been hunted down by the government. So that's stupid. Her character was completely unlikable. Was constantly like insulting men. Meanwhile, she goes to a dating profile, changes her appearance to She-Hulk
I
to
think you're
appeal
taking this
more.
way too seriously. It's a comedy show. It's
But
literally like a
but the thing
sitcom.
is, you can do a sitcom, but first of all, it wasn't funny.
It was funny. It was pretty funny.
Tell me a funny thing that happened.
I don't remember. It's been like 2 years since I watched. 2 3 years
There's
since I watched it.
nothing funny in that show. All they do is ruin characters. They made Hulk look bad. They made Daredevil
No,
look bad.
Daredevil's great in this show. This is like peak Daredevil.
No, no, because he should be with Karen and this goes back
No,
to a whole
Karen's the
MCU problem.
worst.
It should be with Karen.
No.
Listen, I don't like Karen
Also,
either.
also
I don't like
Karen,
Karen, but
like
you know,
not
it should
Karen.
be with her.
Matt is meant to be a slut.
I don't care. I don't care.
Like he's all over the place.
That's not why he's there. He's there because they were like, how can we get people to watch the show? Oh, I got it. Let's use the character that they all love
No,
and make
now
him
okay.
super
I'll
cheap.
I'll I'll, I'll admit one thing. The finale was pretty terrible.
It was horrible.
No,
I cannot.
it was
The
pretty
fact
bad.
that
But like
it was
the show itself
so.
was, except with the exception of the finale, which I think would drop it another point. So I'll give it a 6. But the
I can't.
finale.
It has to be at the bottom.
What did I say was lower?
You said Black Widow was lower.
Black
How
Widow.
was Black Widow lower? How is it lower? You get
Black Widow doesn't.
Yelena, you get Red Guardian. Those two alone make it better.
Okay.
This is the first introduction of Yelena.
Yeah, just the story and the story, both the story and the moments both suck.
So
But
here's, as far as moments go, if you take away the "this was fun" CGI moment, the moments they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. Story wise, if you don't make Taskmaster his daughter, it's fine. But people hold on to those two things,
but
and they're
that's
constantly
a huge
recycling.
part of the that's a huge part of the
So
movie.
is the finale and antagonist of She-Hulk,
True.
which was built up to
That's true.
be Abomination, and then it was nothing.
That's true. Okay, so I'll give you Black Widow's better. Love and Thunder.
So Love and Thunder, it wouldn't take itself seriously enough, but it still had things in there like the Jane dealing with cancer that actually had heart and seriousness. And as far as him taking up after Gore's daughter, do I like the direction they took with Thor? No, but there is still sauce in there. There's still like a little bit of something. Like I don't like Thor: Love and Thunder. It's near the bottom. I agree with
Yeah,
you,
I
but
misread
it's not
this.
worth the
I
She-Hulk.
I'd also put
Not worth.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier in the same area. I thought
I
it said
think
Winter Soldier, but
I think
I think
that's
that
near
that's
the bottom is
slightly
it's
better.
not
Yeah.
She-Hulk though. She-Hulk is the worst thing I've ever watched.
No, it's really not. It's
It's the
overhated as
worst
heck.
thing I've ever watched.
All
I
right.
can't move it.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna give you
I'll let you,
She-Hulk at the bottom. I just want to know I'm under protest because I like
it's
She-Hulk's
going at the
not
bottom. It's
that
got
bad.
to.
But
I can't.
I'm reserving the right. I'm giving you this. I'm reserving the right to make a call later on, if I need to.
Okay.
If I need to,
Okay.
I'll get to
I don't
override you.
think that there's I don't think that there's anything that I feel as strongly about in the rest of this.
Okay.
At least I think we're pretty aligned on
We'll find out
most.
because I get to
All right,
call
so
women. So
next
next,
one.
Falcon the Winter Soldier. Um,
Um, do you think Falcon Winter Soldier is we're taking Miss Marvel out, right? Because or are we using Miss Marvel?
I can if you want me to. I've got them listed. Do you want to
We
list?
can we can use no, we can use it because
Okay, I think it's good. From
it
what
is
I've seen, it's good. I just didn't get around to watching it.
it's
And I like
okay.
her. I think she's by far the best part of the Marvels. So I like the character.
Um, I wouldn't be the thing was Falcon Winter Soldier. I wouldn't be opposed to Falcon Winter Soldier. Zemo's great, but that's kind of about it. I mean, John Walker, they didn't
I do
really
like to be honest. I do
they didn't
think that
realize.
I think that most of these shows are going to be lower than. I think that most movies are going to be above
Ooh,
shows. Is the
is
thing.
Moon Knight worse? Is Moon Knight
No,
worse?
no, I'm not giving you Moon Knight. No, Moon Knight's going to be at least in the middle here. I'm a Moon Knight defender. The Moon Knight has problems. It's like strange. Well, it's not nearly on the level of Stranger Things, but it has problems. But like, there's a lot of good
I think
moments.
Moon Knight to me is more frustrating. I don't know if I'll put it lower, but it's more frustrating because you see glimpses of what it could have been, and they just constantly cut it short.
I think we gotta. I think you gotta do Falcon here. Falcon
Okay,
Winter
I'll let
Soldier.
you have Falcon Winter Soldier.
This
I
is
don't
not
know
my. You're not giving me this.
if I'm just trying to think of between.
Well,
Okay, so me personally, I might put Multiverse of Madness that
no,
low.
no, 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 that's going so much higher.
I I'm not letting you put that much higher. I'll tell you what.
We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight.
Oh, oh
Um,
my gosh.
we got, we gotta. This one might have been better to start at the top.
This is really bad.
I feel like the top like three or four are gonna be easier.
Um, maybe okay, we can swap it and go to the top if you want.
Well, no, because it's less interesting that way, I guess. But like I'm just saying, like the
Okay.
bottom is the hard part of this.
So I think Multiverse of Madness is
No,
worse than Falcon Winter Soldier.
no, no.
You will not hold it off for long. I'll put Falcon Winter Soldier. We'll let Falcon Winter Soldier be
Everything
second
that we
worst.
have debated about all the ones we've debated about so far are going under Multiverse of Madness. Thor,
No.
Thor 4 and Black Widow are both going under.
Okay, Thor 4, you can make a case. Black Widow, you cannot.
I think Thor 4 might be better than Black Widow.
I don't know what you're talking about. Black Widow was not that bad of a
Thor
movie.
4 at least has like Black Widow's like it's a pretty bad movie and there's no like hype. There's no good to wash it out with. At least with Thor, like Thor 4 is terrible, but there's like certain things like most of the
The
time the
Jane
costumes
stuff
look
is
good. The
really
Jane stuff is good. Um Gore himself.
I didn't like how they did Gore.
Yeah. Okay, Falcon and Winter Soldier's at 14.
Okay.
What are we putting at 13? Black Widow or Thor?
And I can't use okay, you need to set like an over-under of mom of Multiverse Madness because it would be next for me. You need to, and I'm not letting you put it like top. How many is there? 14. I'm not letting you put it in like top 8. So you need to figure out where you'd be okay because that's I'm just
I
gonna
would
give it
be
to
okay with putting it at 10 or 11.
okay. We'll put it at 11.
Things that I think are worse are Black Widow and like I would put Black Widow, Thor: Love and Thunder, um maybe Moon Knight.
Okay,
That's
so
about it.
I think of those three, I think Black Widow as a movie is like a tighter script, writing, things like that. I think it's better and it doesn't slap me in the face like Moon Knight and Love and Thunder did.
So you want to put Moon Knight. All right. All right. So after
I
Falcon,
think Moon,
what's the next worst one besides Mom to you?
I think it's got to be Moon Knight because I was so angry
Okay.
of how they handled it because you don't see anything.
It's
You
got
don't
some.
see anything.
It has some really cool moments, but that's about it. Like the story's a mess. The
And it's
characters
got
are a
moments.
mess. The villain is
It's got
awful.
it's got moments that it should have been cool, but you don't get to see the cool
I think that you do sometimes,
because
but
you that he does he phases
it's
out and
got
you
a
wake
lot
up.
of. Yeah, I get. Well, but I like that. I just think that eventually that should have stopped. Like
Yes,
at
I
the
agree. The
beginning,
first time it
yeah, yes,
happens,
yeah.
you're like, oh,
For the first
oh,
one or two, maybe three episodes, maybe it gets
maybe
like less of a thing, and then it's you start seeing. Yeah, yeah.
at
I agree.
least the
So
finale.
Moon
At
Knight,
least,
and then you want Thor: Love and Thunder.
yeah. Thor: Love and Thunder was another one. I had high hopes. I thought Taiki Waititi just knew what to do with the character, and he just made a fool of him.
Okay.
Um,
Now, personally, right here's where I'd put Black Widow, and then I'd do Mom. Do you want to fight me on putting it Mom then Black Widow?
just can you tell me why you like Mom?
When I first watched Multiverse Madness, I thought it was better than the first Doctor Strange, and I think the first Doctor Strange is great.
Like,
Now I think that the first one holds up better. What? You don't like
I
the
just
first
think that
Doctor
was
Strange?
first. No, I love the first one,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think
Well,
it's the
I do
perfect.
now. Time has passed. I think it was a little bit of recency bias there. I think the first one is better. Um, but man, like I really like. Um, I think the character of Doctor Strange is just good and consistent. He's like Tony, and like he's just always good. So he like Benedict Cumberbatch comes to play every time. Um, I like the character of Doctor Strange. Uh, I think
I just
um,
remembered some.
I think making Wanda the villain, and this is probably just a me being stupid thing. I'll admit, but the whole time, I like leading up to this movie, I was like, what are they doing? Like, how have I not like they haven't revealed who the villain is in any of the trailers? I got to the movie, I was watching the movie, and I was like, oh, Wanda's just the villain the whole time. Like, I expected there to be another villain. I thought that it was gonna be like that, like there was gonna be like a problem with like Wanda, like it was like the B plot or whatever. Um, but the Wanda's just the villain. America is a good character. Like, I think that people really hate on this movie more so because they were disappointed in the lack of like it seemed like all the cameos were like kind of B tier cameos, which I get, but like I think that they had expectations of like all these cameos that didn't really make any sense. Like, oh, we're gonna get Tom Cruise as alternate Tony Stark. I'm like, yeah, that would have been cool, but like it's just like it's one of those things where like you get so hyped and you write your own movie and then you go and you expect to see your own movie that you wrote in your mind and it wasn't that.
To
I
say
think Multiverse of Madness is Stranger Things season 5.
I think to say like, oh, I was disappointed in it because of like cameos. I think that could be true of some people. I'm not that way. Like, I definitely heard about all the rumors, and honestly, the rumors scared me. I'm like, I don't know if I want this to become a thing where you're like in all these different places. But I think that is true of it being a disappointment because of that. But I don't think that carries weight when you start just saying it's a bad movie, because I think it's a bad movie, and I think it's also bad in how they handled the storyline of, the MCU started to make a bunch of projects, and for those who had been watching the projects up until this, it was a kick in the pants, it was a slap across the face, saying, yeah, you probably would have been better off if you hadn't watched WandaVision, because that story is now meaningless, and
Okay.
every
Okay.
lesson she learned
I don't
from
agree
it,
with this take. I don't yeah,
this is, I don't know how you can't.
I
That's
don't
It's
I
the
don't
right
agree.
thing to
Like
be talking about.
people crap on and I okay. I understand what people are saying. People are just wrong in my opinion when they say this because Multiverse of Madness did not change or retcon or
Yes,
divert
it did.
from no, WandaVision did
WandaVision,
that.
Wanda,
WandaVision
her
did that.
finally. I know, but they had to for Multiverse of Madness.
But WandaVision did it. Multiverse of Madness
No,
just
but they
kept it up.
finally let it go. She finally let go.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
What
She
what what
let
what's
go.
the after credit scene for WandaVision?
Isn't it her flipping through the dark hold or whatever?
It's her. Yeah, it's
Like,
her. Like like floating, meditating. Studying the dark hold,
but the
doing
Wanda
bad
you
stuff.
see in Multiverse of Madness is not. They did that to allow for that. Everything else in the show does not follow that. It
What's
doesn't. It does. It's not the same character.
what's the worst episode in WandaVision?
I think probably when they reveal who
Ralph is.
Evan Peters was.
I was gonna say the finale, but that's the acceptable. The finale of
The
WandaVision is pretty
finale's
bad.
good. I don't know what you're talking about.
The finale
Unless
that's
is that the finale when they reveal that? That might be the
I don't think
finale.
so. I don't think so. But like the finale, I mean, I don't know if it's the worst because I think that WandaVision
Doctor
is a little
Strange gets
unrewatchable.
side. Doctor Strange gets sidelined in his own movie. Um,
It doesn't.
Wanda, just her arch, and then her like whatever rant, her enemy, villain rant didn't make sense. America Chavez, you know, hitting
Didn't make
her
sense.
and then like being like, ah, and then uh Scarlet Witch being like, mm-mm, and just like a stupid. That's really when like it really started. MCU really started showing where the direction of the whole like, oh, he's right behind me, isn't he? Comedy. That's where how when it all kind of
No,
shifted that way,
no,
especially with
it
that
was pretty
movie,
much always like that.
because they couldn't make their mind up in that movie of, are we going to be really serious or are we going to be like a really kind of kiddie movie, and it frustrated me. It aggravated me, and
What
it's still to
do
this
you?
day.
What do you? To me, all these things are the same. The same. Like, well, that critique specifically is the same in Black Widow, and I think it's worse in Black Widow, with the whole like,
Oh,
and I don't mind it because like I'm used to those movies that stuff never bothered me, but like the thing with her in the store. And she's like, "Why are you
and she
always
says
posing
Superman
like this?
pose.
What's the superhero pose? Like, do you think that's funny? Even though it's like the exact same type of comedy you're talking about. That's the same. That's the same stuff.
It's not the same thing
It's the same
because
thing.
this is also. It's not in the middle of a freaking battle. America
I mean,
Chavez is fighting not Black Widow, Scarlet Witch. That is Black Widow and Yelena chatting it
just
up in a store. They're just talking. They're sisters who haven't seen each other in a long time, and she's just like, "Hey, I know
it's
this.
the
Like, you
same.
always do like a
It's
little
like it's the same
pose."
thing.
Like, that's just a moment where you're supposed to see like, oh, sisters bonding and all that. This is like, oh my gosh, like it's like the what's her name, Kaylee, when she's like, "Hello, brother," when she's like going to stab him. It's
Yeah.
like, why would you do that?
I don't think that
Um.
that's the. I know what you're talking about. That annoyed me, but like I don't think that's the same on the same level.
So anyway,
But yeah,
multi- I don't agree
I
that it
just
should be over Black Widow, but I'll allow it if
do you
that's
not like
what
anything about Multiverse Madness? Because like
I really don't.
I agree with. I think that Black Widow is messy. It's stupid. It feels like a straight to Disney Plus special. It doesn't feel like a movie. It doesn't feel like it's in the MCU. It feels like it also just did Scarlett
It was
Johansson
3 years too
dirty.
late. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels really out of place. It feels like a really poorly executed cash grab. Um, but like the only things that I give you that I do like about it, and you made a good point, is the Yelena. Yelena's great in the movie, and it gave us Yelena, sure, but that like Yelena's better in later movies, but it gave it to it, and she's good in it. And Red Guardian, same thing. He's better later, but he's in it. He's good. But outside of that, like the villain's terrible, the story's terrible, the
It's
side
generic,
villains are terrible, the movie looks terrible.
but you
Um,
know what it doesn't do is it doesn't insult one, my intelligence, and two, it doesn't
it
bring
kind of
down
does. It kind of
past
does.
legacy
That's like the
characters.
point
It
of a cash
doesn't.
grab is like, come watch this story about a character who doesn't matter anymore.
No, because it'll say. Well, I'm not saying the intent of the movie. I'm telling the the narrative within within the movie. Like it doesn't. It
I don't know how Multiverse of Madness
also
insults your intelligence. I don't get that.
well with that one particularly, the fact that like I poured into WandaVision and enjoyed the journey that this character took, and only for them to change it just so they'd be able to
WandaVision
make him
changed it
better.
at the end.
No, but they didn't not want to change that. I guarantee you
We don't. You can't
they
guarantee me
changed
that. You
they
don't know
added
that.
that. I guarantee you they had to put that in there for Multiverse Madness because everybody knew Multiverse Madness was coming. It was probably already written in
Okay.
stone. She has to be the bad guy.
When you watched WandaVision and you got to that ending scene before you seen Multiverse of Madness, were you like, well, darn, I hate that now? Like when you saw the inter credits, were you
No,
intrigued by it? Were
no,
you interested?
immediately. No, because if you remember when WandaVision was coming out, we were all like, how, well, you obviously weren't, but we were kind of like, oh wow, how is she gonna be like the bad guy of Multiverse of Madness? That
We
doesn't
didn't
make
know
sense.
that.
I'm pretty sure we
We
did
did
know that
not.
then.
We did not know that. Like I'll admit that there was probably some me being stupid as far as like not understanding the trailers and thinking that there was going to be like a whole other aspect to it in the trailers, but like it was not like clear in the Multiverse of Madness trailer. The first trailer for Multiverse of Madness was at the end of No Way Home, wasn't it?
But uh, uh yes. But even let's just say even if we pin that on WandaVision. First of all, there's no reason at the end of WandaVision to put that in there except for Mom. Like there's no they weren't doing a season 2. Like there was no reason to except for that. But even if we don't blame Multiverse of Madness for that, I can still hate the direction of the character that the MCU as a whole chose to take. And that character arc is
Started in
displayed in
WandaVision.
Multiverse of Madness. That character arc is displayed in Multiverse of Madness.
I
And
don't.
I don't like it. because I don't think
I think it works. I think it makes sense. I think it's fine.
I don't. We
Fine.
can, but we can. Whatever. I hate to.
It's a joint thing. I don't think we're gonna fight on much after this, but I'll put
Um,
I'll put Multiverse of Madness at 11. Whatever.
you can put.
Black Widow's at
I used to,
10.
all right.
All right, after that, I think it's gonna become easier. Well, maybe, but
I think Black Panther.
I mean, at this point, I'm tempted to put like the one that I haven't seen, Miss Marvel.
So Miss Marvel, I wouldn't be mad at that, but Miss the thing about Miss, yeah, I'm fine with that. Let's just put Miss Marvel. The thing about Miss Marvel is beginning of it, you're kind of like, okay, this is interesting. Like I like this. This is just refreshing. It's a new take on like a superhero, like something new and I feel like I'm watching something new.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of goes really cosmic with it, and the villain's weak, and it's just it kind of falls apart in the second half. But the first half was good. It's just it's an okay show. So the
We
thing
are
is,
gonna
when you're
fight.
dealing with when you're dealing with a phase of a lot of bad, an okay show ends up, at was it 9 or 10? Did you put it at?
Miss Marvel's at 9.
All right, and then I think it's probably gonna be Wakanda Forever for me.
I I think we're gonna fight here. Um,
I think Wakanda Forever had a lot of good stuff. I really like Shuri, and I didn't think I
I think
would.
Wakanda Forever does have a lot of good stuff. I'm looking specifically like I don't think I think it's the worst of the rest of the movies we have, but there might be one or two TV shows that I
I
feel like it's
think
better than.
I think Hawkeye's better.
I do think Hawkeye's better. So,
What
yeah, I
else am I
feel like I just
missing?
saw something. I
Oh,
can't.
Loki.
No, it's not better than Loki. Loki's better. Season
It's not
one.
better than WandaVision.
Yeah. All right. All right. All right. We'll do. I think WandaVision's going out soon though.
No, I'm telling you, I don't know what you're talking about. It's the best show
It's
on
not the
here.
best. No, it's not.
My gosh, what are you talking about? Um,
Nah.
I guess we
All
can do
right.
Guardian special next.
Oh, that was the other one I was thinking about. It might be. It might be. I think it might be better. I think is better than Guardian Special. But I like Guardian Special. These are all top 10
I
now.
think
But
I think the Guardian special is just like a better, tightly knit movie. There's a lot of stupid decisions in Wakanda Forever that I'm like, that was just no point to it. It was people getting mad at each other over nothing, and there was no real conflict. Um,
you got some really good. Yeah, we're going back to the moments. You got some really good stuff in like with the mom.
ooh, in Wakanda Forever.
Yeah. Whereas when you
But
compare it,
that's
like
another thing where like she hold doesn't she like I watched it. I watched the first half recently on the plane ride. I didn't get to finish it because I was just like this. I was like maybe I misremember it, and I'm watching. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's still like a lot of like so much potential was in it, and it really just looked like there was not a lot of passion in it. And I get it, Chadwick was gone, but the thing is, the Shuri who replaced him actually did well. I like
yeah,
Shuri.
sure, he's great in the movie.
Namor was great, but
Yeah.
everything else outside of those two sucked.
Well, it's yeah. I mean, I don't know because I like Wakanda Forever and I like the Guardian Special. I just feel like the Guardian Special it's a holiday special. Like
Yeah,
it's
I just
not a movie.
like
Like the
I just think Holiday Special was just it was okay, and we're getting out of the bad and into the okay.
I'll give it to you because I like to me they're like both right there.
If you
I'll
want,
give
you
it to
can
you.
put it
That's
over
fine.
because it is a
I'm
holiday
saving.
special. I'm not mad
I'm
at that.
saving the trump card because like apparently I'm gonna have to use
No,
it.
your trump card was yeah. What did you already have?
Black
Was it
Widow went
Multiverse of
over
Madness?
mom. What?
No, but the thing is, I let you put Mom over the others, and I probably would have put it
No,
below him.
no.
See, that's your trump card, though.
That's
I
no, that's
all
not. That's nowhere
just think about
near.
this. You're upset that I had She-Hulk at the bottom. That is not like a. That is not like a.
She
How
Hulk
dare you?
and Multiverse of Madness should be top 10 in this list.
I think you're insane. You're
Out
insane.
of the 15 that we have, they should both be ahead
What
of.
do we have next? What do we have next? We got
Okay, I'm gonna do
Wakanda Forever.
Guardians.
Well, yeah, the Guardian special, which wasn't bad. It's just it's a holiday special.
All right.
Okay.
Next is
Okay.
probably gonna be Hawkeye, I would think.
Y- Yes. Yeah, I'm with you there.
All right, Hawkeye. After
Well, I
that,
probably would have. Yeah, I'll let it because I know you really like Loki season one, but
oh,
I did
Loki
not
season
like
one
season.
is the best TV show here. Yeah,
That's not true.
yeah, it is.
So we got Hawkeye, and then are we gonna do Shang-Chi?
Shang Chi. Yeah, okay, okay. On a little bit of a group here.
All right, all right.
Okay. Shang Chi at
Me,
5 is hurting me though.
I'd probably
This
put
feels too
Loki
high.
next. Listen,
I don't
the
know.
closest thing to a trump card you're gonna get is Loki over WandaVision.
So let's put WandaVision next.
If Loki is immediately after.
What do we got left? Yeah, I'll do that. Heck yeah. Wait, what? What am I missing? Oh wait, no. Okay, there's only 2 left. Yeah, I'll do WandaVision here.
Okay, I am at protest of that, but I'll allow it.
Oh, I'm at protest for half of this list. Calm yourself.
Okay, and then finally at number two, Spider-Man: No Way Home, and
Eternals.
at number one, okay,
I'm
yeah,
putting
at
Eternals
number
in.
two, number two we have Eternals,
All right. Yeah. This is
and then at number
this is
one,
a hot take list if I've ever seen one, and it
oh
could be
yeah,
worse. But you won't let me
you want to
put.
recount it one to the bottom
Yeah.
or
Well,
bottom to the
yeah. I got them all listed out here. So, all right. Yeah. So this is our Mass and Cal Phase 4 ranking, and I wanna put this out there because I did rewatch Iron Man 1. I don't know if I actually explicitly said this because I was like, oh, I might have to switch after I will watch it. I might have to fight you more and switch Avengers and Iron Man 1. I'm fine with Iron Man 1 at that top spot.
Iron Man's so good.
I think those both could be switched back and forth. Honestly, I think Avengers 1 is really great, but Iron Man 1 is just great, and Cap 1 is not as good. It's really good, but it's not as good as Iron Man 1 and Avengers.
I kind of like it better than Avengers. Anyway,
Nah. But okay. All right. So MCU Phase 4, we have ranked the 4th phase of the MCU for our official Mask and Cal ranking. We have 3 in the not watch category where either we didn't watch all of it or didn't watch any of it. That's Werewolf by Night, I Am Groot, and What If. So we're not including those. Those could be placed somewhere in here. Um, I think we watched What If, but it just wasn't. Yeah, we watched like the first
yeah,
season
what
of
if
it.
isn't? It's
It's really
not.
great.
It's okay. It's not great. It's not canon really.
Yeah.
What if? I mean, I'm is it I am Groot, right?
Yeah. What If, I Am Groot, and
Yeah,
Werewolf by Night are the
I
3.
am Groot. Like it's a fun time if you got like 30 minutes with your kids. Put it on. We're Up by Night. It's weird if you are into like black and white noir. Watch it.
All
But
right.
besides that, anyway.
So of the rest of the projects, this includes TV shows and movies for Phase 4. We have 15 left. Against my protests, we have She-Hulk at number 15.
It was
You
never getting higher.
you won a lot of these. I feel like I should have fought harder on some of these, but you won a lot of these.
I was gonna. Okay.
You lost like one thing.
No, but the thing is, I was gonna give you Mom over Black Widow. I'm not super passionate about that. I mean, I think that you're wrong, but
That's
I would have
not
let you
that
have
like that's not even a gimme to me. That's like that's a travesty. That shouldn't be like a those shouldn't be next to each other.
it. That I think you're
Like
completely
Mom
insane.
should be over Wakanda Forever and the holiday special, and Mom should be
This,
like top 5
you
in
know,
here.
you know what this is actually. This phase is better suited for a tier list
Sure, yeah.
because
Well, I'm
I
working on
think
the screen
that
share thing, and we'll be able to do tier
that
lists and
bottom
brackets soon.
five or bottom six or whatever are all basically the same tier.
All right. So okay. Well, let me start over here. So for the
Okay.
Phase 4, the stuff that we watched, we got number 15. We got She-Hulk. Number 14, we have Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Number 13, we have Moon Knight. At number 12, we have Thor: Love and Thunder. At number 11, we have Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness. It's crazy. When that movie came out, I just want to say this. I told this guy I worked with that I had seen it, and I said, I think it's a top 10 MCU movie. It's crazy.
And you
I can't
probably got
believe
drug tested the same day, didn't you?
I can't believe we have this at 11 in this phase. That's a travesty. Number
You're
10,
actually
number 11, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Number 10, Black Widow. Number 9, we have Miss Marvel. Number 8, we have Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Number 7, we have the Guardians Holiday Special. Those two I'd probably switch, but whatever. Um,
I'm either
Number
one.
6, we have Hawkeye. Number 5, we have Shang-Chi. Number 4, we have WandaVision. Number 3, we have Loki Season 1. And then our top 2 for the MCU Phase 4, we have Eternals at number 2. Because we're about that Eternals over here. Eternals is slept
Heck
on.
yeah.
Eternals,
I just rewatched it, and it's
still
just as
good.
good.
Still good, yeah.
It's still good.
Eternals at number 2. And then at number 1, like one of the best movies in the MCU, we have No Way Home. Just, yeah, it was never close. So, all right, yeah,
Yeah.
that's our ranking for
Looking
the
at that,
MCU Phase 4.
looking at that list, 7 through 15, dude, just toss them out. Honestly, all of those are bad.
Um, sure, if you just move Multiverse of Madness up to 6 and then bump Hawkeye down, and yeah.
Oh, you're so wrong. You're so wrong. Hawkeye. I wish we had more things like Hawkeye.
Hawkeye was fun. I think Hawkeye's really strong. Personally, I think rewatchableness or whatever, Hawkeye beats WandaVision every day of the week. WandaVision, like the
But
first few
WandaVision
episodes,
wasn't
when
an
they're all like
event.
when they're all like all the different time periods and stuff like that, it's a fun gimmick. But like
It's
the hype of when you're doing it, like when it was coming out, was like, oh, what's the deal? What's going on? Why is it doing this? Oh, that's cool. But like then afterwards, you know it, and you're like, yeah, but I don't really want to go back and watch those gimmicky episodes anymore.
Yeah, but it's almost like if it was Stranger Things, though, we probably would have never found out who Ralph Boner was or anything like that. They would probably just been like, "Who is that?" He's like, "I don't know, you know." And then you're like, you couldn't have just like now. I think the answer was stupid, but
Do you
at
think the
least the answer.
finale of WandaVision is better than the finale of Stranger Things?
It's not a one-to-one comparison. It's not fair.
Oh, that's not fair. But saying that if they had Ralph Bonner is fair. Okay, yeah, I got you.
Because
I got you.
if you give WandaVision 2 hours and like 5 seasons, sure, I'm sure the finale would have been better. But I like the finale of WandaVision, but the finale of WandaVision wasn't like a movie.
I'm tired. Okay,
All right.
well that's our Phase 4 rankings. I think that's the most contentious one I've had. I like that we didn't fight about like the top two
No, yeah,
though.
we were good at 5. I mean, I think Loki over WandaVision was wrong. I have my problems with the first season of Loki. Season 2 is fantastic though.
Yeah, yeah,
But
okay. I was gonna ask, are we on the same page that season 2 is actually better than season 1? Because season 1 I do think is a little overrated, but I still love it. I just the only reason I have it over WandaVision, I think that at the time WandaVision might have felt better, but I think WandaVision just really like it didn't stick the landing, and it didn't stick it so bad that it just makes the whole thing just I don't want to like really ever go back and rewatch WandaVision.
I'd have to rewatch it to defend it.
I would probably rewatch Loki, but I don't think I'd rewatch one of it. Also, like
I think
Loki, the whole time you've got Tom Hiddleston Loki as like even if there are nitpicks with the story of that season for sure, but like the first like he's still great the whole time.
yeah, and
And then
Jonathan
you
Majors when he shows up is great.
yep, Jonathan Majors is great in it, and also Owen Wilson, freaking awesome as that character.
But I think with Loki, I think WandaVision, the weekly part of it of trying to figure out what's going on was really special, and I don't think I felt that in the MCU since then.
Oh yeah,
There's
I
also never been
guess.
a project to put you in those shoes
Yeah.
recently, so maybe that's why. It was just different. I liked it.
Well, we only have one more phase until
That's
we are caught
crazy.
up. The only movie in Phase 6 that's out yet or so far is Fantastic Four. so we're gonna have to wait a while before we rank anymore after that. But like,
That's
yeah, we
crazy.
have one more phase, and there's a lot of this I haven't seen, and a lot of this is just stinkers in this most recent
Oh,
phase.
it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do that next time.
Yeah.
Man, well, I mean, but we got some like high highs, but a lot of like 2/3 of the season is like low lows.
How just much would we get destroyed online if they saw we had Eternals at number two?
I love it. I love it, man.
I
Eternals
love
at
it
number two.
too. I
I've
am
been
I
an
will not.
Eternals glazer since that movie came out, and I will never stop.
I think the hate
I
for the
probably,
movie
to be
really hurt
fair, I
things.
probably am a little bit too high on it, but it's in reaction to everyone hating on it.
So I thought so too. I was like, I think I probably glazed it too much. I just watched the other day and I was like, this is just like it's a good movie. I don't know what to tell you. It's a good movie. I don't know. Like I think the hate it received might have also been one of the main factors in the fall of the MCU because this made them say, okay, we can't do original storytelling. Let's just give people what we think they want.
Oh, also, to me like this movie is like kind of in the same boat as like Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, even in that it's very disconnected from the rest of the MCU, and I
Yeah.
think that helps it. But that's what people like. Thunderbolts people didn't mind, and Fantastic Four I think it worked for it, so that people I don't think people really complain about that so much.
Yeah.
But with this movie, they were really like, "What's going on? This isn't my MCU. This isn't what I'm used to, or whatever."
Yes.
And but like they didn't mind it with Guardians, but like Guardians is just weird, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Or
It's a
like
style.
yeah, but it's like to
If
me,
Eternals, if
Guardians
Eternals
goes in the
didn't,
same boat. Yeah.
if Eternals didn't have Marvel attached to it, people would be clamoring for a second one. They'd be like, "That was such a cool, unique, creative take on like Greek mythology in form of like almost like superheroes. I wish we could get like a second movie, but because it's got Marvel attached and it wasn't the campy kitty corporate Marvel that we were used to, people hated it. But if it was just some kind of original at a studio of different take on Greek mythology, people I think would be clamoring for a second
Yeah,
one.
it's also it like yeah. I said I think the first time I watched it, it's the best Justice League live action movie we've ever gotten.
Basically,
Yeah, like it's fun. It's like man, if they did a Justice League movie and it felt like this, it'd be peak. It'd be great. Like
yeah.
the movie's great. All right, we'll wrap up there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We have a few faithful listeners that talk to me about it every week. So that's
You're
good.
very special to
You're
us.
very special to us. All right. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you for another episode of Mask and Cowl. And we'll see you guys next week. Here's to 2026, the first full year of the podcast. All right. See you guys next time.